we are live. This is Nathan Crumpler. I'm the bass player for Taubnernaut.
And I am Vinny Taubner, and I play guitar.
You're also the singer.
And I'm the singer.
In case you're wondering why we're just pausing awkwardly, we're listening to music.
And it keeps going out.
Yeah, because like my I don't know whether it's my internet connection or the computer itself is going too fucking slow, but like it just stops.
It's a shame, too. A damn shame.
Yeah, and like I personally think it's a little too loud, which
I was ready to.
I feel like
the whole way that loud.
Oh, let me see if I can turn it down just
a little bit. Yeah, just.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's perfect.
We don't want to attract any witches that might want to seduce us.
Where are you talking about? Hey, you guys don't know what's going on, but like I said, the music you can't hear, we turn it down just a little bit. I think one thing we can do is just have our music playing in the background. That way, like we can just sue ourselves in case we get bored.
But this is really good. Actually, this song, this is some power metal, right?
Yeah, it's power metal.
And do they normally have? Because I know nothing about it. Do they normally have these slow introductions and then like break into like harsher metal energy? Or
sometimes they do have like slow intros, but
like
this is not an intro. This the entire song is like that.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
We're listening to Bard's song by Blind Guardian.
Oh, and even the significance of bard is that is very associated with the word minstrel.
All right.
Bards and minstrels, and is this the sound of the music is very Middle East medieval.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's cool. And I studied this, and I mean my degree is in music history, so I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but I'm definitely not a know-it-all. But there are certain things I remember, and I think I remembered that.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. What do you want to talk about next?
See, this is why I tell you we should make lists of what we're going to talk about before we go on.
At this point,
you love going by the seat of your pants. And No, let me finish. You love going by the seat of your pants, and you know what? I fucking love that too. So when there's no one in this group to tell you no one. Because if you bring it up, I'm like, okay, I'm game. So, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this is our stick. Why change it?
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, this is what we do. This is who we are now.
Yeah.
So is there anything specific you want to talk about?
We should talk about the band a little bit. We can figure something else to say about the band.
Yeah, we need to get Mike on this podcast.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, I mean, he can just call in on his phone.
Oh, interesting. How can we clean up will the phone sound good or?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
What he can do is like go on Discord, download Discord on his phone,
mm-hmm.
and then use that to go into like the voice chat in our Discord server.
Okay.
And so then he can just talk, and then we can be here or we can be at my house, and then like I have OBS on, and that will record. Right now we have it muted. That's why you're not hearing the music coming from.
So tell me this: with this equipment here, to record in your house, we'd have to pick up all this stuff and.
No.
Oh, you have two spots.
I have my own computer. This is like my secondary computer.
Ah.
And like I forgot how much I spent, but I just spent some money to get it working again.
Okay.
Because it was missing some parts. There wasn't much major wrong with it. I just bought a few parts and put it in there, and so then it worked.
Cool.
So I might have to buy some more RAM, because this RAM apparently is not enough. It's like only like 2 gigs of RAM.
Oh, what's enough now? I can't even.
I don't know, but
200.
But no, but like the thing that we're trying to use, this web browser that we're trying to use to talk to this guy, it recommends 8 gigs. We only have 2, so we have a quarter of what was recommended.
Damn.
Yeah, they do some quick math right there.
Good work.
Thanks, thank you.
I'm so glad I did really well in math, and actually I love math, but the problem is I didn't like any of the math teachers, so I spent all high school just fucking with them.
Oh man,
what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
You can't torture people who are teaching you who are assholes.
I don't know, man. All I know is that people should need to start, if you can, if you feel like you're up for the challenge, homeschool your kids
Ugh.
because you're in charge of your kids' education, and the schools nowadays, public schools nowadays, you don't know what kind of weird stuff they're gonna allow in the classroom.
Well, we can.
What?
Like, my wife and I can we can rest assured that there's no real maniacs on the teaching for the private school we sent her to.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, and then there's public schools like Walnut Hills, for example, very good school, very famous, good in Ohio as a state, and very good in Cincinnati. And
Wait, you didn't say the name again. Which name is that?
Of what?
Wait, which school did you mention? It's not the school that your kids go through, right?
I've mentioned 2 schools so far.
No.
What?
Did you mention the school that your kids go to?
Yes, I did. I didn't name it by name. I just said it's a private school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the other one is other schools I've heard of, like Walnut Hills, which is a public high school but very highly rated. So I don't care whether it's private or public. I really don't. We just like Seven Hills because we loved what they do. But it's I don't know. What's your hopes to get at with bringing this topic up?
I don't know. Just people need to look in what your kids are learning. Make sure you're just getting a decent education. It's your local school. If your local public school is awesome, then leave them in that public school. If your public school sucks, give them a different one that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Like, there are people. There's this politician lady. She wanted to be a politician. She didn't make it. But anyway, I got into a Twitter spat with her. Not much of a Twitter spat. No. It wasn't really a Twitter spat. It was just she said something. No, I said something. And she just agreed with it. I was like,
is there fighting on Twitter? Oh, wait. I think from the inception of Twitter there was fighting, right?
I don't know about the inception, but there's definitely fighting now.
Yeah. Like Instagram, for example, is very, very humane, very dignified. Not a lot of fighting in there.
Cool. That's awesome. Basically on Twitter, I was saying something like the people benefiting the most from public school choice or from school choice are black families, because they're the ones who are sending their kids to better schools, and their kids are getting better grades.
Are they doing that by lottery?
I think some of them are doing it by lottery, because there are plenty of private schools that cost them money to get into, and they don't have the money for it.
Of course. Yeah.
So I think there's some type of lottery signature voucher system that's allowing underclass people to be able to go to these pricey schools.
Well, so I won't beat around the bush, and then I'll let you talk as long as you want. I won't beat around the bush. I'll say that I do not. I've had many friends who are very like-minded with my friend Nathan here, who did just homeschool, and I've never seen it done well, and I've never seen it done by these individuals. One of these individuals was a so-called prepper.
Cool.
And Jesus Christ, man.
What?
There is a huge spectrum of different kinds of preppers, right?
Okay.
Some of them don't have teeth. They carry a gun.
Okay.
They're really loud and make lots of jokes they expect you to laugh at. And you're drinking, it's like 3 a.m, and you're drinking fucking clear liquid, the moonshine that he made.
I swear, man. I sometimes I feel like you're more of a libertarian than me. Drinking moonshine with preppers?
I'm a very polite listener. I didn't really believe with a lot of what he was saying, but he was very easy. He's kind of charming in a weird kind of way, but definitely kind of in another kind of way, he was definitely like a 2-teeth hick. But
I have a friend. Her mother. This story sounding like I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who did something, but whatever, we're going with it. I have a friend, her friend's mother, or mothers, they're both lesbians. And they're also Trump supporters. And apparently there's some shit that Trump did against the LGBT community. And I'm not familiar with it, so I can't, that's what was claimed, and I can't argue against that because I don't really know anything about the topic. Right?
Okay.
Anyway. She was talking about how these old lesbian ladies are becoming preppers or buying a bunch of food and guns and shit.
Just for fun.
I don't know why or what they're preparing for. But to be honest, like
That's the thing. If you're not delusional, you can't be a prepper.
But here's the thing: like, what's going on with like Russia and Ukraine right now?
Yeah.
Being a prepper isn't that bad of an idea.
Well, there are certain aspects of it. For example, having a couple pound bags of rice in your basement is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I said pound, but I meant having a couple 50-pound bags is probably not a bad idea.
Uh huh.
You know, and having a gun is not a bad idea. I am exempt from that. I do not believe in owning a gun because I'm bipolar.
Fair
I'm
enough.
trying to keep myself and the people around me safe, so
I agree with that.
I have to do that. But I do like shooting guns. I will say that.
When's the last time you shot a gun?
Oh God, it was before, probably 2019, 2018.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fairly recent.
We were doing some target practice. I'm a great shot. Let's
awesome.
get this straight.
Where'd you do this?
On our place in Maine.
Oh. Yeah.
My family is from Maine.
All right.
Yeah.
What would you shoot?
We kind of have there was like it was shooting down a little slope and forward more, and there's a wood pile on all the fences, and we put cans up there, and we shot. We were just shooting at 22, I think, but we did we were just partying too, and you know when you're partying, just shoot a 22. I mean, I know people say alcohol and guns don't mix, but I think that's a little too stringent. There are people who can take care of their shit, and there are people who can't take care of their shit. Understand? So I feel like if we can take care of our shit drunk, then we should be able to do it. But
Bro, you're sounding more and more like a libertarian every day.
So I'm just saying that maybe I am, man. Maybe I am. We should get a quiz on here. 6 things to prove you're a libertarian.
You keep telling your story. I will pull up such a quiz. Oh,
Okay,
what the
that's
hell?
a good idea.
Musician.
So we can get a baseline. I feel like I'm in therapy again. We'll get a baseline on that, on your political outlook.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and keep talking.
I don't know what to talk about. That's why a list would have been better. You don't like making lists, do you?
I don't think I do. That's good. Cool.
That's actually
really
good.
Noticed.
That's
actually
good.
I do.
I don't like making lists either.
I went to, since you don't have anything to talk about. I typed in like political compass test, and I clicked on the first link. If you've been directed here directly from another site, we ask that you read our homepage before continuing. I'm not doing that. Before taking the test, please note that this isn't a survey, and these aren't questions. They're propositions. To question the logic of individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. Some propositions are extreme, some are moderate. That's how we can show you whether you can lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Yeah. Your responses should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague. Their purpose is to trigger reactions in the mindset, measuring feelings and prejudices rather than detail opinions on policy. Page 1 of 6. Just a few propositions to start with concerning no less how you see the country and the world. If economic globalism... Hold on, I'm just going to distract... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to pause the music because it's going to distract me.
Okay, yeah.
Also, internet connection shit, so...
Here.
All right, hold on. All right, so this is... I'm going to have you take the... I've never taken this test before.
Yeah.
To be honest, or if I have, it was like years ago. So I'm going to have you take it first, all right?
Okay. I just have to push buttons.
No, I'm going to press the buttons for you.
Oh, you're going to do it. Okay.
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
Yes.
Do you strongly disagree? Do you disagree? Do you agree or do you strongly agree?
Wait, if I say I strongly agree, I'm siding with the thing at the beginning.
The humanity. It should primarily serve humanity.
It should prove. Yeah, I think that if anyone doesn't have that as the number one.
Well, hold on. The answers are agree or strongly agree.
Oh, I would say strongly agree.
There we go. I mean, I knew you agree, but to what extent? That's what I was clarifying.
Oh, I see.
I'd always support I barely know how to read. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. Do you strongly disagree? Do you disagree? Do you agree, or do you strongly agree?
I strongly agree.
Wait, hold on. The question is, I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. So you strongly agree with that?
I think there needs to be a basic feeling towards the country. I know that right now the feeling in people's stomachs is what you feel like when you get home from a bad date and you want to puke up all your vodka martinis into the toilet. You know, it's just like you try to weather the craziness of political, happenings. But just to be safe, I want to hear the entire question one more time.
Okay. I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
I think there has to be a foundational faith in your country if we're gonna be a union and unified, we have to support. I mean, you're not always going to be the one who voted for the winner, but there's going to be wars that don't look at that, right?
I mean, so it sounds like you agree with it to a certain degree, but do you strongly agree, or do you just like tacitly agree?
I kind of tacitly agree on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they're like marching Jews to the concentration camp, you're like, I gotta support my country.
No, I would not do that. Okay, see, you're trying. No, I like this. I like this a lot. No, oh my God, and he just keeps laughing.
Those listening, I'm pretty sure you can guess my bias in this.
Listen,
the way I'm directing these questions.
Yeah, what was the question again? Because
I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
And then what did you say as an answer?
I said that. If the government starts marching Jews to the concentration camp, you'd be like, yes, I still support my country.
Yeah, it's like when you put it like that, obviously I'm wrong, right? I'm like, I didn't think of that. But I mean, you know what? It would have to be balanced, and that can all be parsed out in creating legislation that.
This is like my interpretation of like the answers, not the question itself, but the answers. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the answers in relation to the question. It's like, you agree that you should support your country, even if it's wrong. But since you're not strongly agreeing, it seems like there is some limit somewhere where it's like, no, I can no longer support this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That should be the very end, the very emergency button,
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Okay.
No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Do you strongly disagree? Do you disagree?
I think...
Do you agree, or do you strongly agree?
I think that there's some part of that I agree with. And then there's some parts that I don't agree with. Tell me the damn question again.
No one chooses their country of birth,
mm-hmm.
so it's foolish to be proud of it.
It is. I think it can go too far, because especially with my generation, I think this kind of like attacking something with like
so
with
for the
verbally,
record,
yes.
I think it can go too far. It's not one of the answers. The only answers are strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
Oh.
So which one of those four would you choose?
I would go strongly disagree.
All right, cool. All right, our race has many superior Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly disagree.
Okay. That's not surprising for you. Moving on. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
The friend of my enemy is
No. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's a very old saying.
Yes. Yeah, I recognize it. It's just I don't know.
For the record, the answers are strongly disagree,
mm-hmm.
disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
I know.
Which one are you going to say?
Tell me the question again.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes. I mean, no, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a gray area.
Strongly
it's
disagree?
Really, okay, here we go.
Do you disagree or do you strongly disagree?
Disagree.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified.
I
strongly
hate to
disagree,
say that. Oh.
Disagree, agree, or strongly agree?
I strongly agree.
All right, fair enough. There is now a worrying fusion of information. Hold on. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly agree. It's blended as fuck. Do I like any of it? No. It's all pop music, but it is definitely got bits of hip hop here. They got bits of country music there. It's all a big blend at this point. That's what metal is like too.
I think what they're asking you is like CNN trying to like make you laugh and just like bring you stuff that they find like instead of like just telling you the news of what's going on, they're telling you stuff that's like gonna entertain you.
Right. They have to look at ratings. That's the only way.
It's
funny.
Like that.
It's a catch-22,
right?
It is.
And then like on the opposite end, you have like comedians making like political jokes. Like you have like Jon Stewart and what's the other guy? I'm trying to blank on it. Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert's smart, but he's also religious, so I think he's dumb.
Interesting. I feel like that's. I feel like that topic's gonna come up later on. So, yeah. Do you think like place like CNN? I'm kind of like I'm interpreting what this statement is trying to be to get a more accurate statement, to get a more accurate response. So, like, do you think like CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and a bunch of like news outlets are catering more to like our like primal senses of like bringing you talking about things that are just going to entertain you, opposed to just telling you something that's like important happenings in the world?
And you were saying,
and the answers are strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
Tell me the question again.
There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I strongly agree.
Awesome.
This is good because this is stuff I've never noticed about my memory issues. No, seriously.
I have to read the question over and over and over.
Sorry,
and over.
I know it's hard
again.
on you, but imagine being me.
I mean, it's not hard on me. I mean, the only thing that worries me is like how entertainment, how engaging this is for whoever watches. I might have to like edit this, so it's like I ask a question and then you immediately answer it. Yeah. But I don't know, or maybe just leave it out there for the raw Nathan and Vinny. Say now the economy. Okay. We're talking attitudes here, not the FTSE index. I don't know what that is, so I don't. I can't respond to that. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
All right. Moving on. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I have no idea. All I know is that the people who manipulate that,
The what?
Can you read the question again?
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment.
It's hard it's hard to say because some people who believe in the inflation believe that somehow it's creating a better opportunity for us in the future. Those people are. What were the two terms again?
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I think
because sometimes controlling the economy, you can help poor people more than by, let's say everyone gets together and says, we're going to help poor people. You can help poor people in so many different ways. Like you can bring them the food, you can bring them money.
Mike, Vinny,
yeah.
Let me rephrase this, all right? Do you think it's more important to like deal with inflation, or do you think it's more important than like making sure people have jobs?
I'll say it's more important to deal with people who don't have jobs. Okay.
So I interpret that like, do you strongly agree or do you disagree? Or hold on, do you believe that strongly, or do you is that something you moderately believe?
To let people be. Yeah, I'd say strongly agree. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
How many more questions are there?
There's 4 more pages.
All right.
Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly disagree. Before you answer, I like to say that there is a bias built into that. Wait, hold up. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead and continue.
I would say
Forget what I
agree
said.
for that one.
You agree?
Yeah.
Strongly or just regular agree?
Just regular agree.
All right. From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. To his need. It's fundamentally a good idea. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Read that again? What the?
From each according to his ability,
Yeah.
to each according to his need.
Mm-hmm.
Is a fundamentally good idea. Strongly disagree,
Well,
agree, or strongly agree.
I've heard a lot of motherfuckers use that to justify being a lazy teacher or a lazy this or that. So, yeah, I say, what does that mean? That I agree or disagree?
It sounds like you disagree with that.
Okay, and I disagree strongly.
Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure that's something that Marx or somebody said. The freer the market, the freer the people. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I think it's true because when you start to close it off, you have to create laws for people who try to make businesses outside of the structure that we've provided them with,
So do you agree or do you strongly agree?
I think I strongly agree, yeah.
Perfect. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled, branded consumer product. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
Okay. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
The first word of the question?
Land.
Oh, land. Oh, I'm sorry. Read it again then.
Land should not be a commodity to be bought and sold.
I disagree with that so much, I want to have a gun when anyone suggests it. That's how much. I just hate that fucking.
Man, like I said, man, you turn more and more to libertarian every day.
This is just my ideas or beliefs. I know nothing about libertarianism. That's
I'm going to sign you up for the Libertarian Party right after this.
Is that all the questions?
No, I'm just taking a break. Oh, man. By the end of the day, I'm going to have you being bold and voting gold. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I think that should be allowed, right?
All right, hold on. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes. Okay, so if you're saying that should be allowed, it sounds like you disagree with that statement.
Wait, read me the statement again.
It's regrettable. So, like, this person saying it's a bad thing that personal fortunes are made.
It's not that I don't understand the words. I score in the 99th percentile in vocabulary tests for adults. But
you don't score that now.
It's just because I have some problems, okay? I have some memory problems.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
I'm not going to totally agree. I'm not going to totally disagree. Can't you pick neutral?
There is no neutral. There's
no neutral.
You're either pro, super pro, or you're anti, super anti.
Okay. I would say that I am.
It sounded like when you first responded, it sounded like you were saying that you disagreed with the statement, but to the question is like, to what degree?
Yeah.
Do you strongly disagree, or do you just normally moderately disagree?
Can you read the sentence again?
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
I think those people should be allowed to do what they want to do. I'm just going to say agree totally on that.
All right.
Or the other option would be like kind of putting limits and kind of controls on people who are in making money to make money. What?
We're moving on. We're
moving on.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I think it can work in some situations, and I think it can't work in other situations.
So, agree?
Tell me the thing.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
It depends, I think, but I would say I strongly agree. No, I would say I a regular agree.
All right, moving on. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
Well, I don't think, and I strongly Wait, read it again, and then give me.
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I personally believe that you can be responsible for other people other than those people indicated in the question, right?
Well, the question isn't whether they can care about other people.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, do they have a social responsibility to care about only their profit to its shareholders, or do they have a social responsibility to care about more than that?
I think profit to the shareholders.
Okay, so you agree, or do you strongly agree?
I mean, they have to have a goal if they're going to have good for the others. You know, I mean, Jeff Bezos, for example, has made all his money.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, you agree or strongly agree?
Okay. Oh, damn, you're snapping down on this.
All right. Those are the questions. So, I can't write down Jeff Bezos needs to make money. I can't type that out. I can only hit agree or strongly agree if you agree to a certain degree.
Right. Okay. Tell me the question again.
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
Strongly agree.
All right. Here's another question that a libertarian would.
But just ask.
No, never mind.
You're not going to ask this question?
No, I'm not going to finish that thought. The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I'm going to say disagree.
All right. Do you think they can? This is not part of the question. Do you think they're taxed just at an appropriate rate, or do you think they need to be like taxed more?
I don't know the situation. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know that this is commonly going on, but the thing is that
I don't see how you can answer this question if you don't know what's going on.
No. You're asking about
no. See, his question
We're
is
not talking about subject or
rich
substance.
I know, but you said the rich are too highly taxed, and then I asked you like to qualify that. You say you disagree with that statement. I asked you to qualify that. Like, do you think they're like taxed to a okay amount? Like, you don't want their taxes to be lowered, or are you saying like they should be like higher?
I tend to keep them lower, actually. Lower.
So, you think the rich? So it sounds like you agree with that statement to a certain degree.
Read the statement.
The rich are too highly taxed.
No, no, I do not agree with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I do not agree, but regular agree. Not. I mean, regular don't agree.
Okay. We're moving on. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I'm sure they do. I mean, so it's kind of silly. But I say that I strongly agree that you shouldn't be able to buy your way into a hospital.
You strongly agree that you should not be able to buy yourself into the hospital?
Yeah.
All right. Those are So, are you saying you strongly disagree with the statement?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting, because like,
What? No, go ahead. If it's
I'm
about
not-
me, don't worry about.
I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but like, I'm pretty sure your household makes enough where like, if like, you, your wife, or like one or more of your kids had to go to the hospital, had to go to the doctor, or whatever, and you can just pay a little bit more to get like a little bit more quality. Like you're more likely to be in that situation of paying more to get higher quality medical care. Whereas like poor people who are like barely scraping by, they're the ones who are most likely going to have like a lower quality of health.
Right.
Whereas like a socialized health care where like everybody's pulling their money, and that's the only kind of healthcare system you can go to. Like their healthcare their access to healthcare is most likely going to go up. Theoretically.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Dude.
So you answered the question. We can move on.
All right.
God dang it. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Strongly disagree? Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
All right. The genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I strongly agree. Are we anywhere near the end?
I don't know, man. Like you keep asking me to reread the questions like 1,000 times.
Oh, right.
So that's kind of slowing us down. Now look at some personal social values. So
listen to this.
Be prepared to be throwing grenades because this one, the first one, quite a doozy. All right.
Okay.
Abortion, when a woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
Okay, moving on. All authority should be questioned.
Strongly agree.
All right. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
All right. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or musicians. Let me start all over again. All right. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on commercial basis. Strongly disagree. Agree. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
All right. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I disagree strongly. Notice my memory's doing better now?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep their...
Wait, what?
All right, let me reread that, okay?
Yeah.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
Okay.
I don't care if people want to segregate themselves; they can do it all they want. And I think both parties in the white and black field, it's like some people they feel more comfortable hanging out with blacks if they're black. That's okay. But if someone says, "Well, I got a lot of friends in the white community, and I got a lot of this," that's also okay. I hate it when it becomes too rigid. Do you know what I mean? But anyway. Are we going to go on with these questions?
Yeah, we're going. I'm just taking a
break.
Quick break.
Our fucking second full break.
Sip. It's not a full break. It's just me taking a sip.
That's okay.
Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I strongly agree. I've never hit my kid, and I don't think I ever would. No, she's only 5. I'm not gonna like take a belt to her or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that we just our discipline, we don't include hitting. And I think it's stupid to include hitting. I think it's just stupid. It's like you don't want the kid to hit, so you hit the kid to stop him from hitting. It's literally ridiculous.
What if your kid grows up thinking that no matter what she does, nobody's going to hit her?
Well, you could just explain to a bright child. You could tell them that in a 10 to 15 minute conversation.
It's not really about intelligence, unless we're talking about like someone who's like really, really below the line when it comes to intelligence. Mm-hmm. But like your average person, it's not even a smart person. It's not really about intelligence. It's about like emotional maturity and like experiences and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just pulling that out of my ass as far as like not speaking to your child means they're gonna like grow up thinking that no matter what they do, nobody's gonna hit them. Right. I'm just making that up. I have no reason to believe
it's
that's
very
no.
Like
it's a possibility, but I don't have a story. I don't have any like studies that prove that.
An anecdote. But you know, it is interesting that you say that because I feel like what was the subject we were talking about?
We were talking about spanking our kids.
Oh yeah, with the spanking kids thing. Yeah. I don't like the idea of it. However, if people get to that level and it's not like they're hitting bones with like lead pipes or whatever, it's like they're just listen, man. This shit happens, and then
I know.
So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I would probably do that.
Okay. Next question is: it's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Sometimes the kids are smarter, dude. They have to. So what a crazy life that is.
So if your daughter is like, when she turns 6 years old, she comes to you and says, you know, I no longer identify as a 6-year-old girl. I now identify as a 30-year-old man. She starts like painting a stubble.
Yeah, she could too. She's so talented.
And starts pulling out the cigarettes.
What would? I don't know. That situation
like,
is so blown out.
Would you keep that from your wife?
No, dude. Listen. No, what I was.
So that's not a secret you would keep. That's not a secret kid should keep.
I don't know what kids do that I don't know about.
So like, I'm just saying.
Sorry, that was very Dick Cheney.
I'm saying Bob,
or not Dick Cheney. What's his name? The other one.
So like your 6-year-old daughter, who is now named Bob, who identifies as a 30-year-old with the painted on stubble. Mm-hmm. You know, he comes to you man to man. It's like, hey man.
Well, this is what I feel about this, Nathan. And
us guys, we get it. But like we can't tell. We can't tell her. You can't tell the missus.
Yeah. Well, listen, like, I've met trans people. Have you met trans people?
I've met trans people.
Oh, good. And were they nice? Friendly?
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
Like, that's
they
the
don't
funny
seem
thing,
crazy
though.
or anything.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you're only contact with if the only thing you know about trans people, it's like the those wild videos, those viral videos you see like on YouTube and Twitter and whatnot. Mm-hmm. You probably think like trans people are just insane. You probably think that like you can't just like randomly say the word ma'am or sir to anyone because like, you know, it's a coin flip on whether or not they're gonna flip out on you. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think people who are trans should feel a bit more sensitive to that last one. I mean, the fact that no one likes to be like yelled at simply because they make a simple mistake. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
But that's the thing, though.
And it doesn't draw people into your cause. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but what I'm getting at. It's like that's like a rare occurrence of like somebody flipping out. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was like, but if you meet like an actual trans person, most of them are pretty laid back, pretty chill. You know, like they understand the context of what people are saying.
I'm not going to go into anything sexual or anything. I won't. I'm gonna have my own privacy, but I actually kind of hung out and hooked up with a trans person once. Like, I mean, it's not like I was in New York, you know, or like in some tunnel somewhere, like meeting hookers from Craigslist. But I was saying, there was this. I mean, he was a boy. I mean, we were the same age, but he was so like. If you met him, it was just the craziest thing. But he wore woman's clothing, woman's shirt, woman's everything. Her friends were women. She didn't care if you called her she or he. She didn't care about that. That wasn't big back then, man. That was back in the 90s.
Oh, when you say like her friends or women, do you mean like cisgender women or like trans women?
No, actual women.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, right? Because we don't know, actually. But, like...
You didn't check under the hood?
Jesus Christ. You are... Wow. But anyway, he was such a cool guy.
You said, like, you hooked up with him. What do you mean by that?
Well, we did some, like, making out, but I don't think anything went past that.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You picked a lot of life. You packed a lot of life in your 40 years of life.
You haven't even heard all the stories.
Listen,
like, this is nothing. This is
I'm
like
not laughing at you,
literally
man.
Gmail. Like you have like 5%, 100% gigabytes of my memory. You know.
Listen, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if that's what you're into.
I'm obviously not into it anymore. I'm married to a woman.
Man, I've never checked your porn tabs or anything, so I don't really know what you're into.
You'd never be able to because it's always in that. What do people usually do if they don't want someone to?
Oh, they clear out their cookies or whatever.
No, they go to
clear their history.
Yeah, you got to do that. But there's what the. I do it and it's like you could go into silent mode or not silent mode.
Incognito.
Yeah, incognito mode.
Right, let's see what I was looking at the last time. Let's see. History. Let's see what I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it doesn't go back that far. It's just from today. Yeah.
Wait, are you you are wait.
Me? What?
Whoops. You're the one who's you don't care about people knowing that you watch porn.
Certain people, like, I'm a dude. I'm an adult. Like, people can just assume it.
Exactly.
So it's not that big a deal, but like I don't really talk about it that much to like normal people, you know. Like when I'm hanging out with like the cat girls at the cat shelter.
Yeah.
I don't be like, oh yeah, I saw this one video last night, you know.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Okay,
know?
that's good. That's not creepy. Like, listen, dude, about the cat shelter and about the women at the cat shelter.
Oh, we're getting way off topic. Okay.
I don't care. What were we talking about?
We were talking about trans people. You talking about how you made out with a femboy once?
When I was 18.
Oh, we were 18?
Yeah, it was like 22 years ago.
Were you in college?
No.
Oh, man.
No, this was high school.
It's only acceptable if you do it in college.
That's probably true, but I went to like a really hippy dippy, you know, everyone loves you type of high school. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of that high school was that, yeah, everybody who comes from richer parents gets treated well, and everyone who doesn't gets treated like shit.
No, this is like only like barely related to what we're talking about.
Yep.
But there's this lesbian woman named Nora Vincent. She pretended to be a dude for a book she was writing. Mm-hmm. She wasn't just pretending to be a dude online. Like she like dressed the part. She walked the part. She like learned how to like talk like a man. She I think she like took classes on I think like an acting class or whatever to learn how to like walk like a man. You know? You okay? And so like she like went on dates with women. Like I said, she was a lesbian, so she has experience going on dates with women. Right. This is the first time she's going on a date with a woman as a man.
So she doesn't tell her that she was a woman who didn't have a.
At first, she did not tell her anything, but like she went on dates with women, and like it was like an uphill battle. It's completely different because like it was like this woman would show up, and she would feel like Nora Vincent would feel like it was her job to entertain this woman. You know, I'm assuming by that she meant like it was like more of like a two-way street when she was a woman dating another woman. But it was just like it was like a one-way street as soon as she got there as a man. You know, and so like she didn't like it. There are other people who went online pretending to be men on like dating sites or whatever to see what it's like, and like they didn't like it very much either. But anyway, let's get back.
To the quiz.
To the quiz.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly disagree.
Strongly
disagree.
agree. We all know. Strongly agree.
All right. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Disagree. Or strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
Oh. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to. I'm sorry, but like when the question has when the statement has connotations to it, it kind of trips me up. All right. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree. Strongly agree.
I strongly disagree. And I think that's the only position anyone could take.
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Strongly disagree.
I strongly agree.
All right.
Discipline is a fucking important thing in life. You look at anyone who's done well, they're going to say discipline at some point. If you ask them to like shrink down their knowledge of the world into a few sentences, they will say to be fucking disciplined. Yeah.
All right. There is no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. Strongly disagree. Disagree. Agree.
I'm going to say I disagree. Agree. Not strongly disagree. I disagree in the sense that, I do believe to think. Read it for me one more time.
There are no savage and civilized peoples.
I'd like to use the word savage without being accused of something. Maybe there's someone who acts very savagely, so you want to call him a savage.
Well, here's
they don't have to be white or black or Chinese. What?
Like I think the context here is like they're not really talking about race. They're talking about culture specifically. Obviously, like there's a decent overlap between culture and race, but nonetheless, like they're supposed to be talking about cultures and how like some cultures around like people will call like certain kinds of cultures like savage. Whereas there are certain cultures that people refer to as like civilized.
It's always that way.
This statement is saying that like that's not a thing. It's just they just have a different culture.
I think it can be both ways. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I think there can be both ways. It's not an answer. It's not an acceptable answer. So, do you strongly disagree? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Or do you strongly agree?
Can you read it again?
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
I love the. Yeah, there's just different cultures. That's what I would go for.
So you would agree, or would you strongly agree?
I'd say agree.
Yeah.
Not strongly agree.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Strongly disagree? Disagree? Agree? Or strongly agree?
No, I strongly disagree because I think anyone deserves society's support. But in our society, in America, the people who get support and the people who get what they need are actually from affluent homes. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Chinese. Mm-hmm. People who are affluent can afford to get opportunities for their children that they otherwise would not have been able to get, just being a regular Joe Schmo.
I remember like Fox News.
What?
I think it was like Hannity or whatever. I forgot who it was. I forgot which one. There's like Hannity and Combs. I think one was supposed to be like the Democrat, the other one was supposed to be a Republican. I forgot which one it was. I think it was Hannity supposed to be a Republican. He had like some guy on his show who's like I think the phrase is like beach bum. Mm-hmm. Like he was just living off of he was just like gaming the system to live off of welfare. So he can just like play guitar, hang out on the beach, and like his ultimate goal is to like be a rock star. But instead of actually like working like a day job like a normal person, he's just like leeching off the system.
It's very how should I say? It's very you look like who's that serial killer from the 60s, back in the 60s, late 60s?
I don't know anything about serial killer. Do I look like a girl to you?
Wait, whoa! It's only girls who get.
Dude, I mean,
I've had a lot of guy friends who research the shit out of that for fun.
Yeah, there are plenty of guys
just
who are
for fun.
Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
There are plenty of guys who are into the whole serial killer thing, but there are a lot of women and girls who are like just obsessed with serial killers.
Well, what's interesting is I was watching this amazing documentary about Ted Bundy. Just what I'm saying is not the content, but the quality of the work was just so nice. And the story was riveting, and there was action, there's this or that. But when these guys went to fill up the courtroom with people for the televised trial, which was when he got caught. A lot of the people in the audience were young, beautiful, nubile, kind of teenage to young 20s. His kind of, what would you call it? His preference, really. But why would they all come in to see this person?
Are you talking about Charles Manson?
Nope, Ted Bundy.
Oh, it's Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
I know there's some women who really are genuine into like serial killers.
Unbelievable.
So that's a lesson to you incels out there. If you want to get one to like you, murder people. I'm just joking. Don't murder people. Don't murder people. All right. I guess where I was like gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of a story, and then why did you start talking about Ted Bundy?
I forget. What's the next question?
I was talking about like the beach bum, and then you started talking about serial killers.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to go by. We'd have to listen to this.
We can't listen to it right now. We're still recording.
We'll listen to our own thing.
all right, hold on. Basically, I was to recap. I was talking about this beach bum that Sean Hannity, I think is his name, that was interviewing, and like it was just like a very like blatant. It was very blatant that this guy was like exploiting the system.
Yep.
And so they brought this guy on because he was exploiting the system to point out like, yeah, they want to like paint this as like the typical person on welfare. And
well,
so like, hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
And then like Obama comments on that. It's like, do you see that guy out handy? Man, after 5 minutes listening to him, I wanted to punch him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
No, there's something I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
What was it though? It was okay, let's just move on as you suggested.
Okay. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but keep busy with more cheerful things. Oh, sorry.
It doesn't have to be more cheerful, but better or more palatable than what that option is. So I would actually agree with that strongly.
Oh, you strongly agree. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. We got how many more of these questions do we have? Oh shit. We got like 2 more pages.
Wait, how many questions per page?
I don't know. I think it's 10.
Oh,
but
that's not too bad.
We can squeak by.
Yeah, let's just like
right,
go really
first
fast.
generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new community. Strongly disagree?
Strongly disagree.
All right. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us.
True.
Strongly agree?
Strongly agree.
Interesting. Okay, no broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Strongly disagree?
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree. All right. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Strongly disagree?
Strongly disagree.
Really? All right. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Strongly disagree?
Agree.
Disagree? All right.
Agree.
You disagree? You don't strongly disagree? You don't strongly agree?
No.
Okay. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Strongly disagree? Disagree? Agree? Strongly agree.
Please repeat.
Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried.
No, I strongly disagree.
All right. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Strongly disagree? Disagree? Agree? Strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Strongly disagree?
Strongly agree.
Really? All right. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly agree, disagree,
Strongly disagree.
strongly disagree. All
I'm
right.
a nerd about art.
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Strongly disagree, agree. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Can you say that one again?
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation.
I strongly disagree.
It was a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals.
Yes, true.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
Okay.
I've met some.
The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly agree. And anyone who has a fucking business sense and they're also in a band needs to understand that, right?
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Strongly disagree, disagree, or strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly disagree.
Okay, I feel like your wife made you say that, but go on. We're moving on.
Wait.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on.
moving
Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly disagree.
Okay. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Disagree, strongly disagree, disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
I strongly agree, and I say that the thing you mentioned is always changing.
If you got through that, okay. If you got through that, okay, you'll find these propositions on religion a breeze. There we go. All right. Astrology accurately explains many things. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Disagree.
Cool.
I don't strongly disagree because there's some spooky ass shit happened to me with that.
Okay, so you're only 25% a woman. 25% a woman. Moving on. You cannot be moral without being religious. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly disagree.
There you go. Makes sense, heathen. Charity is Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
All right. Some people are naturally unlucky. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
All right.
I've seen some pretty fucked up cases. It's just, yeah, wow.
It is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Strongly disagree.
Finally, a look at sex. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree.
Strongly disagree.
All right. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from possibility of child adoption.
I strongly agree.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population.
Absolutely. You say that like someone's actually considering that?
There are people who consider that.
Oh my God.
What goes on in a private bathroom, what goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Strongly disagree?
Strongly agree.
All right. There are some states who try to make sodomy illegal. And like they accidentally made blowjobs illegal as well. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Strongly disagree? Disagree? Agree? Strongly agree.
I agree. I disagree. I strongly disagree.
Okay.
Strongly disagree.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly disagree?
Strongly disagree.
So you're saying it hasn't gone far enough.
That's not what I'm saying. That sounds very aggressive. No, I'm saying that I wouldn't.
We're moving on.
Okay. It's okay, dude. I need to be kind of led around because I'll start forgetting shit and it'll be. Anyway, so how many do we have?
That's the last one.
That was the last question. What's the outcome? If you tell me that something happened and we lost that data, I'm going to be so pissed. Did we lose the data?
No, hold on. Let me screen cap this. I think. Disgusting, man. No less more nationalistic and authoritarian. Oh, you're like a left. It looks like you're like a lefty libertarian, or not lefty libertarian, lefty authoritarian. State imposed collectivism. I mean, you're very close to like the libertarian left, but you're definitely on the left.
Yeah, that's the problem with me.
Yeah, see, look, I'm pretty sure that cross section is where you are, and like you're really close to the center, but like you're on like the left side and like the upper left side, so you're like
what's that say?
just barely authoritarian left. Oh. So this is the economic scale right here, the social scale right here.
Oh God, I'm almost basically next to almost all of them, right?
Yeah, like you're almost like a centrist.
Yeah. So, how much longer did you want to record? How long have you?
Oh wait, hold on. I think I got that wrong. I think this is. Oh, I think this is example. Oh man, I was wrong. Hold up.
Okay.
Okay, this is your political compass.
Okay.
On economic, left right, you're 0.25. So that's like almost the center. On social, libertarian / authoritarian, you're negative 2.51. So like you're still somewhat in the center, but you're like libertarian center.
Okay, good. That's a lot easier to tell your friends than I want to fucking create a war and wipe your entire race out.
There you go. So you want to go Hooters?
Yeah. Let's sign off and we can talk about it.